So, I just watched the Punisher Marvel special, One Last Kill, with the incredible Jon Bernthal, who is a co-writer slash director on this project. It's kind of like his brainchild, him along with the other writer. I how can I put this?
Thanks, I hate it.
Like I like I listen. There the oh my god. I need to preface all of this by saying Jon Bernthal is probably one of my favorite actors in Hollywood right now. And this is somebody who does not like The Walking Dead much, but like I've noticed, I've seen a lot of the projects that he's in, be it shows or movies. I think he is extremely charismatic. I think he's fucking hilarious, and I really wish he was in more like comedies, or he was able to like, be like funnier in a lot of his stuff. I try not to be like fans of people, but I've seen the clips of his podcast, and I think Jon Bernthal is just a solid guy. But that season 2 of Daredevil and that introduction of Punisher was just one of the most solid, like, out the gate, like, yes, like, this Netflix Marvel thing knows exactly what they're doing with these projects. And then that show came out. And I just had this feeling like, okay, so they're trying to modernize it. And obviously, if you're trying to make Frank Castle the Punisher a long-standing main character, you're going to have to change his narrative in some way so that he's understandable to a mainstream audience. Everybody likes the vengeance-driven revenge story. Putting the Punisher in that realm with a modern Marine, it felt like a really interesting story, and I liked the take on it. But that series, I feel like because of how it had to be, fundamentally they don't get the Punisher and who the Punisher is and why he continues to do what he does. In season 2 of Daredevil, we have the Punisher, saying what his mission statement is, and then deciding, like, you know what, this is what I gotta do. And then Punisher season 1, by the time it kind of ends, he's like, you know what, I'm troubled, I have trauma, there are things wrong with me, and I know exactly what I have to do. And then season 2 starts with him going, I'm done. And then it ends with him going, I'm the Punisher. And then in Daredevil Born Again, he's like, I gotta sit back. I gotta stay out of this thing. And then the end of Born Again season 2, I'm the Punisher. And then he's going in Born Again, which makes sense. And now Punisher Last Kill, I gotta put it away. You know what? I'm gonna be the Punisher. Motherfucker, like this, you either are going to do the goddamn thing or you're not. So either it's the same thing where there's a rights issue where you can only have the Punisher in his suit for like a tenth of the runtime of whatever the fuck it is. But watching One Last Kill trailers and seeing like those action scenes, knowing that it's only going to be 40 something minutes plus like, a few minutes of credits or whatever, I'm like, all right, cool. He's going to be pissed off. His neighborhood's going to get messed up, and he's going to put that suit on and just go at it. And we don't have that. We have everything we got in the other shows all over again. And it's not like Daredevil Born Again where it's like they pulled him back out. It's the same narrative. I love Jon Bernthal's acting, but I am so... I like, that isn't the Punisher. I don't, like, mean it full stop. And people have been like, what? You're crazy. But, like, this is Wolverine in the sense that we sit there and this is a person who is really good at their craft. They are really good at making death happen, but they're a tortured soul to the point where I'm like, damn, Jon Bernthal with his acting, his stature, his size and everything. I'm like, man, that'd be a really good Wolverine. You know, bulk him up a little bit. He's, you know, his height and that like, I want to hear that yell with some claws digging in somebody's chest. Like, it might just be me, but the reason why I say Wolverine is because there's always this feeling of remorse from Wolverine. There's this underlying, like, I'm a monster. I don't want to be a monster. I'm just really good at being one. And that's exactly what's happening with Jon Bernthal's Punisher. And maybe this is just like, okay, I'm doing my origin again for the umpteenth time. But dude, the Punisher is the embodiment of shit or get off the pot. Like, this man goes for it all the time. So I don't understand the back and forward other than like, oh, we just can't have a Punisher. And to end this, I'm going to talk about the moment where I was kind of done with the Punisher, and it was not way before, but it was before One Last Kill. Season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. I did not like Born Again Season 1 at all. I love Born Again Season 2. I know there was some production weirdness, understandable, but the product that I watched, I did not like. Something I thought they were going to do, because it was leading to that. We have Wilson Fisk's task force. Everybody is emulating the Punisher. So, like, you know, obviously that is a one-to-one to police officers and other people having Punisher skulls with the American flag. And, you know, we've had so many comic book creators, the artist that came up with that skull for the I think 2004 Punisher movie. So I'm like, okay, Jon Bernthal's Punisher, the way that guy acts, when he gets his hands on one of these people, there's going to be a speech or there's going to be some type of explanation of how he feels about all of this shit that'll be, you know, kind of a mirroring of what, you know, the Punisher would say to people in this day and age if he found police officers wearing his stuff. So, spoilers for Born Again Season 1. We catch Punisher. He's surrounded by a bunch of AVTF officers, all with his... It's such a creepy image. And he's sitting in a chair all beat up. And I was waiting for the words coming out of his mouth to be like, that's the fucking Punisher. And instead, he goes, you think you know my pain? You don't understand my pain. And then it just kind of ends. To the point that we still have the AVTF, and he's never kind of like he beat them up and killed them and shit, but like, it was like Daredevil kind of saying like, hey man, they're wearing your thing. Like, it's because I don't think you can have the normal Punisher in this day and age where it's just, no, I do this. I'm crazy. I don't agree with anything that you're doing. In fact, I'm going to brutally murder you because you think that your oaths have anything to do with what I'm doing right now. But there is this, like, as gritty and bloody and violent and everything that One Last Kill was, Punisher in the MCU still feels declawed. He still feels watered down, and it's more like, let's deal with the struggling soldier and not the man who his mission manifests. I love Jon Bernthal's acting. I loved the introduction of this character, but I'm glad he's gonna be, on the same screen with Spider-Man. Like, it's still awesome. Man still looks good in the suit. I wish they would just give him white gloves and boots. That's me. It looks stupid. Keep him in the fucking leather jacket, or don't. But definitely don't have advertisements for a thing where he's in his full getup and all the action he does is in a green hoodie. Like, can I please fucking have the Punisher, please?